as Adam Dewey kicks things off. Plenty of height. Right onto the goal line, taken by Dylan Brown and brought over off the Hengawi. Galvin plays at 40 out. Pressure on Luai. Goes through the hands. Overlap created here. Beautiful execution out to Dewey. Has got Skelton outside of him. Chips for the corner. Iyongi across in time. And now hemmed in that corner. What a set from the Tigers.
Well, we saw the Broncos in round one against the Roosters. A couple of times they ran the ball in the last play. There's always room.
And gets a set restart here. Brown, no look pass, and Williams coughs it up on play one. Can you believe it? Oh, strong defence. And the tackle gets away from Coruscant. Referee happy with that as well. And they're headed that way now. Brown for Lomax. Was hoping to help it on, didn't sit well, and now knocked on by Penasini. So neither team able to click an attack right now.
Yeah, just a bit going on here. Lomax
There we
and
go,
Taruva.
clock's on.
Two more plays left. Luai goes to Galvin. Out the back, Buller. Straightens things up nicely, and Taruva off the right scores the first points for the Tigers.
Leave it. Isuzu D-Max replay. Goes the line, half to 5'8" to fullback. It's the name of the game. Get in field position and let your best and creative players play together.
Galvin cuts one out. Toa again. Oh, what a run! Stop it, Toa! And the referee says it's all good. Momentum gets him there for the second try in that corner.
I think he's good.
And even though the ball-carrying arm comes into contact there, that's not a double movement.
No, momentum takes him over.
That's a try.
Yeah.
Volkman pumps it as far as he can. Inside the 10 for Jareem Buller. Gets around Kaltonga comfortably. What a return this is. Jareem Buller has support now. Dewey on the outside. They want to kick back inboard, and Dewey provides it. For Galvin, they're queuing up here. How's the bounce? Sits up beautifully. Oh, the Tigers! They are on! One of the tries of the year. It starts with Buller and finishes with Galvin. Safe half has to help out at dummy half. Luai steps around the advancing Hopgood. It is the last, tries to invent something, and it might just work out here. Bird, a diving Iyongi, and a second kick from Galvin to space. How's the bounce? Skelton goes under his man and scores! What an extraordinary try! The Tigers are on fire at Combat.
Official crowd today, 18,362, and I've got to say, Jareem Buller's through.
And finds Taruva for the corner. He's over again, Sania Taruva. Stand by for the celebration. The Tigers are roaring.
Yeah, the shift off the scrum, I got to say, it was poor defence. Really poor defence.
Galvin now. Buller already creative out here. Fainu through. Taruva hunting a hat-trick, and he'll score it. Execution down the right-hand side has been elite. The claw has come out again. And Taruva, a makeshift fullback. Right up the middle. He's got a tackle to make now. Dylan Brown denied. What an effort by his opposite number, Galvin.
Here's the line break. Dylan Brown goes awfully close and pulled down by Galvin and Taruva. Oh.
One last set for Parramatta. Against 12 men, space has been found. Lomax supports. Royce Hunt in cover again, trying to get in the road. Slips through the tackle of Taruva, who comes again. Samrani to play it. Surely this time for Parramatta. Barlaw, Dury, nice hands. Penasini to Russell. He's through, he's over, and that is the ultimate consolation try. As the Tigers win this one, 32 points to 6.
Jason, how do you sum up your emotions after that performance?
Sorry, what was that?
How do you sum up your emotions after what you saw?
My emotions?
Yeah.
Disappointed, like super disappointed. Like it probably doesn't look like it, but there's a lot of good signs there in regards to some individuals, some parts of the game we're working on, but we just have lapses in concentration, and obviously we need to work quite hard on our edge defence still. So there's been a little bit of change there, but we'll continue to work. But my initial emotions are very disappointed.
When you look back at the game, that kind of last 10-15 minutes when they began to pull away, what did you feel was lacking from your point of view to go with them? Yeah,
so I think we set the game up fairly well early on, and we couldn't execute in good ball with our cohesion and attack. We've got a lot of younger players out there at the moment, which sort of is in some key positions, which are learning on the job. So that's one thing that we couldn't execute, which therefore then gives you the rewards of the hard work that you did to get you there. And then the other part is just the lapses in concentration individually. And they hurt us big time and defensively.
It's pretty clear there were a few boos for Dylan on the every time he was on the big screen. What do you make of that?
Was there? Yeah, no, I can't hear it up there. It's pretty soundproof. What do I make of that?
Yeah.
That's footy. That's just emotional fans, and and they're passionate, and obviously potentially that's the way they feel. But yeah, it doesn't change the way how we think of him.
What did you make of his performance today?
Dylan's?
Yeah.
It was steady. It was he's improved on last week. We're still working on some things with Dylan in his game, but he's to point out Dylan's performance, and I kind of got a rough idea where you're going with it, but there's a lot happening around him, and he needs some things around him to go well so that he can help him go well as well. So he's improving, and there's little parts of his game I'm sure he'd like to work on, but there's a lot happening around him before we can critique his performance too much.
Without seeing the players out, I think Dean Hawkins played New South Wales Cup today.
Yep.
Is he an option next week?
He'll be an option, yeah, definitely. So he'll be fit, so then therefore he's an option. So.
Junior, what was it like out there in the heat? I think it was 37 degrees. It's not very often you have to play in heat like that. How hard was it?
It's not an excuse for our performance. Played in the same sort of heat last week and down in Melbourne. So you just got to get on with it. It's our job to play footy. You got to be able to turn up, and quite obvious we didn't have the right intent of turning up and playing footy. So that's what we're here to do, and just got to be able to execute our job.
Jason, second game for Riley Smith in NRL. How have you kind of seen him adjust from the lower level to the NRL first grade?
Yeah, he's a second gamer, and he's learning a lot of things on the run. There's parts of his game that he's starting to get a little bit better at, and there's other parts where which is only going to take time. His energy in defence is outstanding. He sticks his tackles. He does all those little parts of the game really well at the moment, and experience will only help him with the attacking side of the game. But yeah, there's real promise there.
Jason, you haven't done easy. The next 4 weeks are quite difficult. How do you pick up spirits, maintain sort of spirits, given the two results to open the season? What do you?
Yeah, so we'll go. Yeah, so like we just spoke then, how it's the individual lapses in concentration in a few areas, and we sort of pinpointed those, and then obviously there's a bit of stuff to do with our edges as well, working together, and but the most important part for us is just sticking together, just making sure that we're on a path here that there's been quite a bit of change, and it's been instigated by myself, and we can see the fruits of it, but we just got to stay the course, and the players obviously can see it as well, because there's parts of the game where we have good little periods, but then those lapses in concentration. So that'll come with time, experience, and we'll get a few more experienced guys back over the next 4 weeks, which will help that as well. So we just got to maintain that mindset of just how do we get better each week and make sure we're staying as positive as possible.
You said you made big change. I'm sure you imagine it'd be potentially difficult early, maybe not this difficult, right? But did you envisage that things would be challenging early?
I think that's with any new coach coming in, and where we finished the season last year, like it was no fluke. So there's obviously going to be a little bit of a few bumps early. So did I expect it to be like this? Like I don't think anyone would. But but I can see some signs there where we can build on.
Thank you.
A lot to like in that performance. What impressed you the most?
I thought our defensive resolve was probably the biggest thing. Like there were moments there where we made a few errors, but we backed it up with our defence on the try line, particularly our goal line defence. I just thought the energy amongst the team for the whole 80 minutes was where we needed it to be.
Do you feel like once you were able to get that roll on towards the back end of the half that you wouldn't call?
It's rugby league, you just don't know, but what I was proud of is we asked for a way to play today, and we talked about win the game early and score the points late. And I thought we adopted that mindset really well, got them into a grind, and then just kept applying pressure. And I thought all our spine, our leaders, after last week was a bit scrappy, they combined really well today.
Do you reckon last year you would have maybe, if you'd gone out in front, let them come back into it?
I think about last year.
And what do you reckon of your 1, 6, 7, 9?
I was even the 14, 1, 6, 7, 9 and 14. I thought they really got us home this week. They're really clear with the plan. They executed everything we asked for. Sure, there are moments we can be better, but it's their first game as a proper spine. So a lot to build on there. We're not going to get carried away. One game, so still a bit of improvement there.
And you would have had visions of how that spine played when it was together, because it was spoken about so much. Is that what you saw? Is that what you envisaged?
A little bit. We're still tinkering with the way we want to play. I thought last week as a coach I was probably guilty of not letting them play enough, probably trying to play too conservative, and then had a good look in the mirror and thought about what our strengths are, and having Jerome and Jareem back to partner with these guys, I thought they all did a real good job.
What about you, Jerome? Was that, you hadn't played with this spine, it's the first time, right? So what was that like?
It was enjoyable day, and like Bag said, we're finding our style and how we want to play, but that combination is just beginning, and we're going to keep looking forward to growing that throughout the year. What
is that style? What do you want? Like, how do you imagine that's going to finish up?
You'll see it progress throughout the year. But we're still searching for it, but that's off the back of hard work, and that is our foundation. So as a spine, we do want to play footy, but we want to front load our 1%ers for the boys as well.
You played with a guy who played with as much freedom as Lockie.
Sorry, what was that?
You played with a guy who plays with as much freedom or sense of freedom as Lockie does.
Not really, but I think that can be a strength of ours, and we're different, but that's a strength. Everyone's different, but if I can free him up, give him a bit of space, then you can see him go about his work. He played really well today.
Benji, you touched on that 14. How vital is talent in that spine?
Even though he only played 20 odd minutes today, I thought they were quality minutes, and his strength's running the footy. So when he comes on and they're tired, that's what we need him to do. And I thought both attack and defence, he was outstanding for us today. Given up, he's underdone a little bit. I thought he did a real good job filling in there. So we're happy with the way he went.
Is that going to be like the thing moving forward, like a double punch kind of uppy, then Talon coming in?
Week to week we'll see what we need as a team and make the decision on the Tuesday.
We saw Talon captain beside him. Charles, how much of a leader is he on the field?
We've adopted in the pre-season that everyone can be a leader at some stage. In this team, you don't have to be the most vocal or the most experienced. You can lead, and I thought Talon, we had a camp in the pre-season, he was really good with his leadership, and you got to help him grow that. And he'll get better. He's still only a kid.
It was 37 degrees out there, I think. What was it like playing in that heat? How hard was it? It wasn't hard at all. We love it. Was bred that way throughout Western Sydney, so grew up playing in those sort of conditions. So the way the weather is, it's no excuse. We've got a style to play, and that's our responsibility, is to do our job.
We saw you have a long chat with Dylan Brown after the game. Can you give us an insight into why? What you sort of said to him? Because you've been in his position, big deal, big money thrown at you.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not going to talk about what we spoke about. That's between, a mate and a mate, so I'll leave it at that.
Do you feel a bit for him, given the microscope that's been on him this week?
Having been worried about us at the moment.
Yeah, we've got a job to do. I've got a job to do for my team. And yeah, I'll wish him nothing but the best, but I'm here, I'm a Tiger, and I'm worried about what we've got to do.
Benji, how important is that win, just getting a win?
Oh yeah, very important. If we lose that today, then the external pressure builds, and just gets louder and louder. And we know we're publicised in the media a lot and talked about quite often. So hopefully it's off the back of a few good things this week. And as a coach, I thought those good things were defensive. People talking about our attack or whatever, but defensively is where I needed them today.
Starford Toller had some glimpses of brilliant, scored a great try as well. How good is it to see him back on the field and fit and healthy after injury plagued 2024?
Yeah, really happy. He's a big part of what we want to do this year, Starford, and he's got some really good quality out in the centres, and it was good to have him back.
Likewise with Adam, 3 knee reconstructions, but he was enormous out there. That must be amazing from your perspective.
Yeah, it is, and we're singling out players, but I just said in the sheds there, from 1 to 17 and even 18 to 30 this week. At training, the preparation for today was outstanding, and then you've got to go and execute on the field. So we've still got some work to do. It's 1 win. We're 1 from 2. Got another big game this week, so it's about recovering and getting ready for next week, not resting on that.
Cool.
Thanks, lads.